for two of the top teams of the SEC. The Rowdy Reptiles are fired up as the Florida Gators get set to take on one of their arch rivals in another top
match up front in Tennessee.
Both of these teams 1-1 in league play, both of them coming off victories midweek. And it'll be the Gators from Maryland coming off a brilliant game midweek against Texas.
Boogie Flan guarding Jacoby Gillespie, and there's Nate Ament.
Along with Boogie Flan, can those two make shots is a big key for Florida today and going forward. Here's a look for Lee. Got it! An all-Ivy performer last year with Princeton. Ament on the drive this time. The turnaround will go, and what a start for the freshman.
7% overall.
They are 351st out of 365 teams in three-point percentage. A battle for the ball, and it's out. Boogie Flan, you'll notice, got a haircut this week. Maybe trying to change his shooting luck. He'll miss that, but Chinyelu will clean it up. Carey the handoff to Boswell. Back to Jalen Carey. Takes the bump and finishes with the left.
Boy, that little
and out.
It was a fabulous box out by Amari Evans. Just great toughness.
Now Carey, and he is fouled by Micah Handlogden, and
will tip it back out where their guards can. But those were wide open looks that Florida's had.
Klajar will bury it to tie the game.
To be defending Jacoby Gillespie on the other end.
Lee misses the three. Chinyelu got a hand on it, and it's out of bounds. Boy, Klajar won't get a better look, but he missed it. And now ahead of the pack is Boswell. Klajar got back, but could not stop the layup.
Great pass.
Carey to Boswell. The swing to Gillespie. Jalen Carey will try a three and come up short.
Rebounds. I mean, he was up there in assists, steals, blocks. It was ridiculous how good he was.
5 assists, 4 blocks, 3 steals. And Ruben Chinyelu with Carey right now. Again, you won't find two guys bigger and stronger than those two.
Unless it's a sumo match.
Out of bounds, wasn't in early January when they came here and the Gators beat them by 30. Then a little bit later on in the season in Knoxville, Tennessee won by 20, and then Florida that third.
He has to trust one of them.
Yep. Klajar, good defense there by Gillespie. Lee slithers his way in and banks it home.
The left side of the floor, that was excellent.
In transition, Evans. And the foul is called on Houck and blocked at the rim by Condon.
Boy, he timed that out beautifully.
Gillespie with a high arcing three. One for Gillespie. Houck down with a rebound. What a battle that was. And a foul is called on Amari Evans.
That was a smart play by Hard all the time.
Carey will back it out to Gillespie with 10 on the shot clock.
Boogie Flan back in the game. He's got to be careful not to pick up a needless foul.
Xavier Lee to the bench. Spinning hook shot goes for...
Boy, these duck-ins are so difficult to deal with. But Carey from the high post just spun right around the short side of the floor, but nobody switched to pick up Thomas Houck. That was just way too easy.
And it's the largest lead of the game for either team. And again, Flan playing with 2. Abram. Good position down low for Brown. He converts. Worked his way more into the rotation in the last few games. Pretty tight rotation for Todd Golden. Step back three. Boogie Flan overs. So Florida with a lot more field goal attempts than Tennessee, but they're only shooting 33%. That number will go up a bit on a nice strong rebounds already in this game. Boy, Gillespie, how good is that? And he will earn a trip to the line.
Jalen
Condon was looking for Houck backdoor. Now finds Lee. Flan gets a clean look and hits. Boogie Flan
by Xavier Lee off that relocation pass. He got 2 to guard it.
And what defense now by Flan. Takes it away from Gillespie. Up and in. Vernon Maxwell, still Florida's all-time leading scorer. Better than 2,400 points. Klajar for 3. And it's a 13-2.
That Florida has 4. Some have been unforced. That is killing Tennessee in this first half.
Flan, what a job to finish that. And it's all Gators. Now 5. It'll be Fland with a deep one. And that will bring the first half to a close, and was good for Tennessee, but they need some help. Amen trying to drive on. Condon takes a bump and bangs it home.
Boy, Nate Amen showing.
He played a number of minutes with 2 fouls in the first half, but both of them stayed away from that third. Lee's open. Got it.
Boy, that's great inside out.
Bothered by Chinyelu. Lee hands it off. Fland will go to the line.
Boy, just that extra hesitation by Boogie.
Cannot get the shot off.
Boy, what a great switch and steal.
Hauk will tip it away and draw the foul on Amen at the other end. Mismatches here as Tennessee tries to get lined up. Now Akara switches on to Lee.
And Chinyelu, when he rolls to the basket and a lob threat and another offensive rebounder, as if Tennessee needed another one. They got a ton of them.
Again, they are 1-2 in the nation in offensive rebounding percentage per KenPom. 10
on the other side.
That ball chipped into the backcourt. Fland gets a hold of it. 19-footer is good. He is having himself an afternoon.
It's into the floor.
Amen. The drive on Hauk. Akara up and in.
Boy, that should have been picked off by Gillespie.
Hanlogden wants the ball inside. Got a smaller defender on him in Evans. Instead, it'll be Boogie again. This is why, if you're Todd Golden or a fan of the Gators, you can dream a little bit. If Fland and Lee can get to the level they have been at, Tennessee turnover, one of the big stories in this game.
Jalen Carey wasn't even looking for that pass. That was just a little pocket pass.
Klavjar buries a 3. Now Carey going to work down low. Will head to the free throw line.
Right, that's a shot that Jalen Carey's got to.
Couple of ball screens by Hauk. Fland again. It is his game right now. Fland for 3. Oh boy.
Boy, how happy is they got good guard play, and I think their defense is the best it's been under Tommy Lloyd.
A turnover, and it'll be a lay-in for Gillespie. Their point guard is easily their leading scorer at almost 19 a game. Carey going to work on Hanlogden and draws another foul. 92-77. Georgia came into that game averaging 99 points per game. And the Gators held them 22 under their average, and now they add to their total. Oregon last night will have pregame coverage all day long and have you covered for the game on every platform, TV, radio, and digital. They're good. Amen the rebound. What a finish. What a drive, and a left-handed.
He's a much better shooter than people think, but he doesn't take as many of them as he should.
Fland is off to the races and has 2 more. Give him 20.
Boy, that drives Rick Barnes crazy when off a missed free throw, his guards are just not as aware. Yeah, Hanlogden was right there to get an offensive rebound. He took it away from him. Good fake.
Evans into traffic, and he'll go to the line. The ball saved, though, by Brown. Gillespie gets it back. Henderson misses the 3, and Estrella.
I wonder how many times when Todd Golden was at USF that people thought he was a manager rather than the head coach. He looks like he's 11.
Yeah. Chinyelu with a nice little jump hook.
Nobody gets carded more often among head coaches than Todd Golden.
A bucket at the other end for Dwayne Brown II with 23. Condon. Nice cut, nice find, nice finish.
Alex Condon is such a good.
Gillespie giving chase. Chinyelu sizing up Brown. Running hook this time.
Again showing.
Chinyelu again, why not? Banging with Akara. Another one! And this has to be Florida's identity, right? Big, physical, strong on the inside, win the rebounding battle, and then can they make enough threes? Condon the slam.
Guys were great compliments to that. This year, the strength of the team is in the front court. and the guards have to step it up, and they have in this one. I mean, both.
For those joining late, a game that was tied late in the first half. Florida closed the first half on a 15-2 run and has never looked back. In Nashville at 2 Eastern. Shinyulu again. Monster day for Ruben Shin.
Rebound again with 2 hands.
He now has 17 points and 16 rebounds. Hauk finds his buddy Condon for the lay-in.
Hip and run. How tough is that to stop?
This is Florida at its best. This is a Florida team that may be able to play with anybody.
He is a good three-point shooter that can put it on the deck.
Has made 44% of his threes on the season. Blauschar with the lay-in. Land cradles, lost it, and Estrella down.